Lincoln is fascinating. Robbie Fowler, is he the ideal man for Derby Day?
I hope so. We were thinking about players with experience in derbies, and I think Robbie is one of them. And then now with Crouch, at this scoring goals, I think is a good option for us.
And yet Craig Bellamy not even on the subs bench. Why is that?
It's a problem here in England. I say always that with 16 players on the list, it's difficult to use all the players. Then in this case, with 2 strikers and also Couch, we have 3 strikers and we needed to decide for one.
He was so looking forward to his first Merseyside derby. How did he respond?
I think that all of us were waiting this derby, and I think him and also another players. Then we have a big squad, a lot of games, and we will see the next games.
Good luck today.
Coming in and get much on it. He doesn't need to get much on it these days to hit the back of the opposition's net.
He's got caught a little bit on his heels here, Jolyon Lescott. You can see the run here from Peter Crouch, just gets across the centre-back. I think that Lescott thought he probably had a little bit more time to clear it than he actually did. Some good movement in there. You can see there that Herpiet is having his shirt pulled by Joseph Yobo. Interesting at the moment, isn't it? Especially when you've seen the penalty that was given for Chelsea at Blackburn the other week.
The one that wasn't given to Peter Crouch in Macedonia.
Yeah, he had enough attempts at it, didn't he, Tim Howard? Clever little play, wasn't it, by Robbie Fowler, showing us all his experience in nous, knowing exactly where Luis Garcia was. Good shooting position in the end. Tim Howard just grateful to get it at, what, the third, fourth time?
2 tackles from Naismith. Carsley. And put in by Cahill. It's a goal for Everton against the run of play.
About the power of Leon Osman, you wouldn't expect him really to outmuscle the Liverpool defenders, and then it sits up invitingly for Tim Cahill. There's 1 or 2 arms in the air. They thought that maybe Cahill might have been offside, but it was very well worked.
Sissoko, here comes Finnan. Garcia wants it and gets it. And goes for goal, pushed out by Howard, and would have been an incredible reaction by Gerrard to get that back in. Maybe it's easy to say, Brian, if he'd gone with his left foot, but he almost achieved the very difficult with his right.
Well, he just has to react so quickly. I mean, it's a good save this, you know, from Tim Howard, and he probably thought, well, that's just going to go out for a corner, and then he sees Steven Gerrard stick out a right leg and thinks, oh no, that's 1-1. But it was a very, very difficult angle to convert that chance, and I think it's a mightily relieved Tim Howard with his sort of range. He's getting closer, isn't it? I talked for the opening quarter of this game, he was really struggling to see the ball at all, but all of a sudden now there's a couple of chances that have fallen to him in the last 5 minutes, and he could quite easily have got himself on the score sheet. See there, that ball was always curling away from goal. Clever little play, wasn't it, from Sissoko on the edge of the box. It gave Gerrard that shooting opportunity.
Derby games in Manchester. Going on between Cahill and Alonso. The game going on with Johnson. And still Johnson, 2-0 for Everton.
Should have dealt with that, one of them at least ought to have dealt with that. Hoopier there decides to try and block off Andy Johnson, allow Carragher to come across. But what a cool and composed finish this is from a natural born goal scorer, and that's exactly what now Liverpool is up.
Quite long throw could cause some problems as it did earlier in the half. Here's Gerrard, beautifully found by Alonso, and from a position that he scored from against Andorra for England.
Alonso just chips this in behind Naismith, and then Steven Gerrard, great first touch. That is agonisingly just wide, and as you've rightly identified, very similar to the one that he smashed towards the top corner against Andorra, offside. But he certainly isn't in tandem with his central defensive partner Lescott. That's a good save from Howard. You can see there that Yobo's really trying to make up ground, and Coit gets away a decent strike, but equally matched with a save from Tim Howard.
Herpier, and Gerrard will get there, hits the post, came out to Couch. He's asking for handball by Hibbert. Steven Gerrard has struck the inside of Tim Howard's left-hand post.
This is the second time he's hit the woodwork, isn't it? Great little ball through, wasn't it? And that time he went to place it. Was that a handball? Certainly Liverpool were strong in their claims. You can have another good look at this. That's a good effort, isn't it, from Steven Gerrard, trying to be very deliberate with the side foot. And when Coit just helps this back in towards the danger area, that's a handball, that's a penalty, and that's a poor decision.
You can lead a rare Everton break. Risa going to be in trouble here for trying to get there in time, but he, of course, is a bit rusty, having been on the treatment table for a couple of weeks.
The ball forward, and just have a look here at John Arne-Risa's leg as he goes across there. He seems to really twist it. He's in pain straight away.
He put his arm up straight away, didn't he? In these circumstances. And I guess that fulfills that mandate. I guess a third would be being greedy from Everton's point of view. Naismith. Carsley. It's swerved and Rayner has to repossession it. Johnson. Goal.
Almighty calamity by the Liverpool goalkeeper. It's a fabulous strike from Lee Carsley from round about 25 yards. Good football leading up to this, I have to say. Clever little ball from Phil Neville just round the corner. Naismith into the path of Carsley, and he thinks, why not? We're 2-0 ahead, and it does fly, but why did he just knock it over the bar? Instead he just palms it into the path.
Well, he thought he was going to carry it over the line, so he's thrown it up in the air.
But why doesn't he just knock it over the bar there when he has the chance? But hey, fair play to Andy Johnson. I mean, he doesn't give this up, and that epitomises the performance of not just Andy Johnson, but the rest of this Everton team.
Rafa, you've had some great times as manager of Liverpool. Is this one of the worst?
No, it's a bad day. I think that we made a lot of mistakes, and then when you make too many mistakes, in football normally you pay for them.
Why so many mistakes today?
I think that we start too nice. After the first 10 minutes we were under pressure, but after we start controlling the game, then we made the first mistake, we concede, and 10 minutes later, or about 10 minutes later, we concede the second goal. Again, the second half, we start going forward, creating chances, but we couldn't score. Then at the end, you paid for them.
Yes, you had 21 attempts on goal. You also had the post hit twice, and a couple of strong penalty claims, particularly the handball in the second half, possible handball against Hibbert. How did you see it?
I think it was clear, but can you change the final score now? No. Then I think that we need to think about the mistakes that we made.
So you're not pointing to the fact that there might be referees' decisions today that went against you?
I prefer don't talk about the referees.
Your defence was so solid, wasn't it, last season? So many clean sheets, but not one yet this season. Is that a concern for you?
Yeah, we were talking about this, and today was we started the game with the same feelings. No, we were conceding a lot of not chances, but at least we had some problems just with one long ball. No, and I think that we need to improve in defence.
Jamie Carragher's so consistent. You can count the number of mistakes on one hand over the course of a season, but a mistake from him today. He has been injured. Do you feel maybe with hindsight he was rushed back?
No, I think he was okay. No, he was training the last 2 days and it was okay. But it's not, for me, it's not just one player. No, I think that in defence the team wasn't good enough.
Is the mood pretty desperate in the dressing room at the moment?
Yeah, we are now really disappointed. No, because we knew how important would be these 3 points before to play a Champions League game, and also thinking about the Premier. But okay, as I say always, no, you need to think about the next game.
Can you update us on the injury to John Arne-Risa?
It's our injury, it's the same ankle, and now we need to wait to see, but I'm sure that he will lose at least 10 or 15 days.
You've got to lift the team for that Champions League game in PSV Eindhoven. How difficult will that be for you?
Always it's difficult to play away against good teams with experience in Europe, but now we will see if we can recuperate some players, and okay, we have enough people in the squad for going to this game with confidence.
And of course Chelsea after that, it's a big week ahead for you.
Yeah, but we need now to analyse this game and after to think about the other one, the Champions League game.
Thanks for talking to us, Rafa.
Thank you.